Hello, this is Roman Filipov. For those who don't know me, I am a 3D character artist with over 10 years of experience in the animation and games industry. And you can find my latest work in ArtStation. My specialty is making stylized 3D characters in all shapes and forms. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I want to talk about a really cool tool called AccuRig. So if you're like me, if you're a character artist and wants to bring your characters to the next level by showcasing them moving, alive, and animating in your portfolio or your, I don't know, your Sketchfab store page or anything like that, this tool is gonna definitely change your life. And next, I'm gonna go through the entire workflow of importing, rigging, and exporting your character to whatever platform you want in a really easy way. So let's get going. So this is how the software looks like. And the first thing you need to do here is actually import your mesh. So these are the different types of meshes that can be imported in terms of pose. And you can do even multi-mesh, which is really useful if your character has props. And in the case of my character, I actually have a few floating meshes that are not part of the same continuous mesh, which he has like the eyeballs and the hair and stuff like that. So you can actually be quite flexible with which kinds of characters you can import. And you can even import characters that are not in a traditional A or T pose. But in my case, I'm going to import something a bit more on standards. So you can either click on choose file, or what I'm going to do is drag my FBX file right in my window. And the first thing you're going to see is your character with this center line right here. And this step is important because it's basically for you to check if your model is centered. And that's going to be really important to create the skeleton with the bone placement, which is the next step. And actually you can move the center line around if your character has, let's say, he has like a bigger arm, or the axis is not exactly in the same. It depends. Different kinds of characters might require you to shift this line around. In this case, I think it's all good, and you can rotate it to see from different angles if things are actually properly in place. And there you go. If you're happy, all you need to do is just click on Rig Body, and bam, the software creates this skeleton represented by these little dots here. And those are basically the points of placement of your bones. And now you can actually select them and move them around. You can use symmetry or not. And in my case, I can even just load the previously placement file, which is this file that you can save from AccuRig. And there you go, everything in the right place. And once you're happy with that, you can just go ahead and rig the hands. And this is really nice. You can actually place by hand each one of these fingers, and you can even select and rotate the orientation of the thumb, which is really useful and really breaks in most of the rigs that are done automatically. And once you're happy, you can go to the left hand. You can even just mirror everything you've done on the right. And if you're happy, you just click on Finalize Character. And voila, it's that easy. Your model is fully rigged and animated, and at least so far it looks pretty good. I can actually check if there's any strange stretching and wrong deformation by applying some of these animations that come with the software. So this one is really good. It goes into really extreme poses. And yeah, everything looking good so far. You can actually check if the hands are actually working. You can really zoom in. It's gonna bend the fingers. Yeah, you can see how good the result is, and this is actually really impressive from an auto rigging tool. One of the really nice features that I wanted to show is you can actually select different body parts after the rig is done and adjust their rotation and offset basically. So for instance, if I load an animation like, let's say, like this, yeah, you can see the arm is crossing here, is clipping with the mesh. Let me pause a little bit. Yeah, you can see the arm is clipping with the mesh, and that's really not looking alright. So I can actually go here and take right forearm. Sorry, it's actually left forearm. I can start rotating this. Yeah, this is not really the right one. So let's take the left upper arm. This one looks like the right one to tweak. Yes, and you can start adjusting this so it gets out of the mesh. Yeah, this looks good. I can actually compensate with the forearm a little bit. Yeah. Okay, this looks good. Let's check if this fixed it. And there you go. The animation actually is working correctly now, and no strange clipping happens. And this is a really powerful feature from this tool. You can actually tweak the retargeting of the animation in the rig independently from how the original animation was captured. So from this point, you can do a couple of things. You can see, in this animation, for instance, it's all broken, so I would have to probably reset it. And you can just click on this button for each one of these bones that you actually did the offset. So as I was saying, from this point, you have a few options, which one of them is actually to export as different file formats. FBX for any external editing, like in Maya or Blender or something like that. All the way to iAvatar, which is the avatar format for iClone, if I'm not mistaken. And there you can do several other editing of animation and stuff. But something I'm going to show now is actually uploading this character to AccuRig, where I'm going to take the animation further by basically choosing from different mocap data and applying to this avatar. So once inside AccuRig, I can basically just assign any animation I want to my avatar. But yeah, you can browse through a huge library of mocap data, and I have selected a few already from the free ones, for instance. I think I'm gonna pick this one, and I have set it to be zero root animation, so it stays in place while walking. And what I'm gonna do now is export this animation with the model and import it inside Sketchfab with proper materials and lighting for a more like finished showcase. So I have done uploading my model to my Sketchfab account. And I can just find it here in my models list. So if we click it, just let it load. I'm gonna just select the take one, which is the animation from AccuRig. And there you go. You can see it moving with proper lighting and the materials. And that is, with very few steps, I was able to showcase my character in this much cooler way than just a static pose, which is really nice. So if you're interested in trying it out, you can get it completely free, and it's on actorcore.realillusion.com/autorig. It's a really cool tool. I can definitely recommend it. And one of the cool features of their website also is that if you scroll down, you get several mini tutorials and GIFs that actually show you some nice tips and tricks that will help you get the most out of your models and your rigs. You can get things about bone placement, fixing some posture issues. You can go around fingers and getting some tips around that to get better deformation. Neck, especially, this is really cool for like characters that have long faces. This is something that, for instance, Mixamo really can't figure out. I've had to download rigs before and fix the skinning manually, and this is really nice. What I can say in general about this tool is that for me it's a game changer. As a character artist, I'm definitely going to be using this for most of my characters from now on, especially the ones which I actually make a proper topology and make them fully animatable. And the reason is that with very few steps and very low amount of effort, I can get really high quality results. And especially compared to tools out there which I've used in the past, like Mixamo, for instance. This basically just gives me something that I can actually proudly showcase in my portfolio and my Sketchfab page, for instance. With Mixamo, you get no control on placing bones, which is the biggest game changer for me. And also the skinning algorithm of this is it's pretty impressive, and you can see it in the fingers, in the neck, and all of these little details that this tool just gets it so much better. And that's it from me. I hope you like this overview, and thanks for watching.